Ladies and gentlemen, you are most welcome once again. Today we are going to look at how we can import data from delimited text files. To start with, a delimiter is a sequence of one or more characters that is used for specifying the boundary between separate independent regions in plain text. This could be in the form of mathematical expressions or other data streams. An example of a delimiter is a comma, which acts as a field delimiter in a sequence of a comma separated values. So we have some procedures we are going to follow when we want to import data from a delimited text file. First of all, what we need to know is that we need to open a software where the data is going to be imported from, and then we also have to open a software or application where you want to import the data into. This could be like a spreadsheet, and then you can also use Microsoft Word. To locate the work, first of all, we need to open Microsoft Word and then enter the text file, or type some data in the text file, save it, and after that we shall go ahead and see how we can import it. So I'll go ahead and click on the start window. After that, I have to look for Microsoft Word in the applications. So now I can see I have located Microsoft Word. Go ahead and open it. After opening, select the new blank document. Now go ahead and type the files, or I mean the data, in the blank workspace. So in this case, I'm going to take a sample of data that is I'm going to be capturing the names of students, the age, gender, nationality, and then the subject that they are offering in a certain school. So here, what I'm now going to do, I will start with the number. The number is like the primary key, which is a unique identifier. So I'll go ahead and type number. Then we said a delimiter is normally separated with a comma, so I'm going to go ahead and type comma, and then after, you can also use a space. Then I go ahead and type name, comma, then say age, comma, gender, comma, and nationality, comma. I go ahead and put the class. Then finally, I'm gonna put the subject. After that, now these are going to be the headers. I can try to zoom in so that you can see, and I can also increase the size, the font size to 16. So now these are going to be the headers. I will have the number. The number is the unique identifier that will help to describe the object. And then I have the name of the student, then the age, gender, nationality, class, and finally I have the subject that is being offered. So I'll go ahead and hit enter on the keyboard. Then I will type number 1, student number 1, and I put a comma, then I put space, I put the name, Mpatswe. Go ahead and put a comma, space, then I put the age 30, comma, space, I put male, then comma, space, I put nationality, say Congolese. Go ahead and put the class. Class is going to be year 1. Go ahead and put the subject, and the subject is the OOP, that is object oriented programming. So I'll go ahead and hit enter. Then I want to register another student. That's student 1, I mean 2. put a comma and say this student is going to be called Alagai. Alagai is say 28 years and is a male and is a Ugandan. He's in year 2, or can say year 1, and is also doing OOP. Go ahead and register the third student, that's S3, and that is we are going to say this person is called Juliet. Juliet is having 25 years, and Juliet is a Ugandan. Juliet is in year 1. And she is also doing OOP. Go ahead and register student number 4. And this one is going to be Henry. Henry is having 31 years old, and Henry is a South Sudanese. Yes, Henry is 31 South Sudanese, and is also in year 1. And Henry is doing business information system, or we can say communication, business communication, say business communication, BC. So after doing that, now we have got these 4 students as a sample, and we have got the headers. These headers are the entities of an object, and now we've seen how to describe these entities by entering the corresponding data. Now what we are going to do, we are going to save this file as a text file. So I'll go ahead and hit file in the ribbon of tabs and click on file, then select save as. After that, you have to browse and check where you want to save the file. I can choose and save it in Tebtalks Education in Microsoft in my documents. After that, of course, now you have to name the file. Give the file have to be renamed, and that's going to say list of students. In year 1. After that, then you need to also check the type, the document type, because we said we are importing a text file. Then you go ahead and select plain text. It's going to be a plain text document data types. After that, go ahead and save the document. After that, the document now will ask you for file conversion, giving you a warning that saving as a text file will cause all information such as pictures and objects in your file to be lost. But this one you have to encode it using Microsoft Windows as a default. So go ahead and select OK. After that, now you can see in the header, or I mean the title bar, I already have my title, which is a list of students in year 1. So after that, what I'm going to do, I can go ahead and close the document. So after closing the document, the next thing I'm going to do is to open a software where I'm going to open, to import uh, where I'm going to import the data into. And we say this could be applications such as spreadsheet program, like Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, or a database program in Microsoft Access, or Microsoft SQL. And this can also be like a programming language such as Python or R. So what we're going to do, we shall go ahead and open Microsoft Excel, because that's what we're going to use. And under Microsoft Excel, I'm going to open a new file. I mean a new blank workbook. Click new and select blank workbook. After that, you'll get a blank workbook, and the title of that is book 7. After opening that, what we are going to do is, now we want to import the data from Microsoft Word. So go ahead and select file. After that, select option open. Sometimes you may see the option import if you're using a different application, but because we are using Microsoft Excel, we are using the option open. Click on open, and then you'll be directed to these directories, and then you have to select where the file is saved. And in this case, I'm going to select browse. The browse will now take me to, you can choose from the library and select the Windows library, and then navigate and find out where this one is, and this is going to be Tebtalks Education. So when I open Tebtalks Education, I go ahead and type the name of the file that I used to save. That is the list of students in year 1. Select that and click open. So once that one is done, what is going to follow is that you will see a dialog window that appear, and that one will be saying text import wizard, step 1 of 3. And now you can see the word delimited. You can now see the word delimited. This delimited, they are saying we have characters such as comma or tabs that separate each field. So in this scenario, what we're going to do, we are going to select next. And if you see in the preview, you can see I have already data already which is saved in Microsoft Word, and that is I have the header like the name, age, gender, nationality, class, and subject, and then I have the attributes that correspond to these entities. So go ahead and select next. After that, now you can see a list of delimiters, and these delimiters are available. I have the first one is tab, followed by semicolon, and then followed by comma, and then we have space, and then others. So to be on the safe side, I would encourage you that you have to check each and everything here. So check semicolon, check comma. Now because I used the comma on the other side, the moment I check comma, you can see my data which was just separated with a comma. Now I have already the columns which are available. Now because of now that I do what? I have the columns already in the preview, and I can also check the space. The space will now remove the other spaces in the delimited data file, and then you can also check this for other delimiters. So the next thing we are going to do is to see how we can go to the next procedure, and that is going to be importing the data to a spreadsheet. Before going there, of course, you can see the data preview, and this is of course before you finalize and command the final button, or hit the final button for execution. Then you need to see the preview if that is really what corresponds to what you want. So under this preview of this rows, I mean the columns. You can see under column number I have number 1, 2, 3, 4. Under the name I have names like Mpatswe, Lagai, Juliet, and Henry. And the age I have that, I have genders. I mean yeah, I have gender. Then I have nationality, and then I have class and subject. So we are going to see, in case of errors, we shall see how we can find or troubleshoot those errors at a later time. So let's go ahead and select finish. So once you click finish, now you see the data has been imported. So I have the number in column A, I have the names in column B, I have the age, then I have the gender. So why is it that I have like Ugandan and the South Sudanese in the gender, yet these are supposed to be in nationality? Why do I have year 1, year in nationality? These are supposed to be in classes. So let me go ahead and open the Microsoft Word document again, where I have the text file. I will open it as a read only. So now when you see this one, let's see, count how many entities we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What about like number 3? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see there's something that we forgot. We have the number correct, we have the name correct, we have the age correct, we have the nationality, so we didn't put the gender. So we didn't put the gender for Juliet, we didn't put the gender for Henry. So now to do that, of course, we can go ahead and say Juliet is female, and the Juliet is female. So I go ahead and say Juliet is female, comma, then I go ahead and put for Henry is a male. So once I'm done, I go ahead and save the document again. I save as, browse. Now I can save it as text file, print text file. And in this case, I can say one list of students in year 1. Maybe I put 2, so that the name, it does not contradict with the first name I had put here. So I go ahead and click save and press OK, and then go ahead and open Microsoft Excel. I'm going to open a new sheet, and then in this new sheet I go ahead and click file tab, go to open, browse where the file is, and this file is going to be a list of students. Then in year 1, 2, open that. After opening, select read only, it's fine. Go ahead and command next in the delimiters, check all the delimiters. After that, go to next and then finish. So now you can now see that all the errors have been solved. I now have the numbers, and then the numbers, those are the primary keys. Then I have the names, I have the age, I have the gender, I have the nationality, I have the class, and I have the subject. So after data has been imported into Microsoft Excel, of course now we can go ahead and use other formatting tools in Microsoft Excel to format our data into the way we want it. So that's generally how we can do that, or how we can import delimited files. And that one is really very important, because it enables you to integrate or to ensure that different softwares work together by importing data from one software to another and use it as a go. Because sometimes you may be having like your data that is that you did in Microsoft Word, but then uh, you realize that after some time, maybe there are names like 1,000 names and their corresponding attributes. Then after some times you realize that you want to use the same data in Microsoft Excel or in Microsoft Access or in any other software like Python or what. So the delimiters or the way of importing data from one software to another using the delimiters is very important because it saves time and you ensure that you don't make errors while retyping or repeating data entry in any of these softwares. Otherwise, we have many videos ahead. I would just encourage you to subscribe and register with our website tebtalks.com so that you can get as many videos as they pop in. And for now, I want to stop here. Let's catch up in the next video. I love you. I remain as Francis. Let's catch up again, guys. Thank you.